Hi there, welcome and welcome back to the whole bucket. I'm Cheryl and this is Inktober 2025 and we are on day 1, 2, 3, 4. We're on day 4 because today's October 4th. So today's doodle is called Hey Kia. I don't know what that means. Like, could it mean actual hey IKEA? I have a lot of guides in for today's doodle because I'm not very secure in this doodle and I don't know how I feel about this doodle. So I'm trying to get it as good as I possibly can. Feel free to play with this after I teach it and let me know what you think and if you get any better results than I do. So this one starts with another circle shape and a center point. There is my center point right there, and it's got 5 spokes. So I'm going to start with a curvy line that goes out from that center and curves to the top of one of the spokes. And I guess I'm going to go all the way around with my curves, outside curves first. I don't know why, but I kind of feel like it might give me a better, wow, I've screwed this one up badly. It might give me a better feel as I'm going around the circle, putting in the trickier parts. And I think the problem with this one is it's just way off where it needs to be. I think it needs to be more like right there. So there's quite a bit of shifting that might be going on as I make this doodle. So we have a starfish so far. I am going around a couple of times, as you can see, and I'm just thickening up those original lines. I'm not changing a thing yet. This one is a big fat mess, and this one is all off center, off kilter, off of my guidelines, so I'm going to be kind of on my own with that one. Okay, so now I have my 5 spokes in to start with, and the next thing I'm going to do is aura that a little bit. Aura usually means you're going to run exactly parallel to something, but I'm going to actually create a moon shape, a sliver of a moon. So I'm going to start at the outer point, and I'm going to follow the curve, but just in from it a little bit. And then I'm going to end at the center point. So I'm turning each spoke into a crescent shape. And I'm going to do that all the way around. This one tucks a little bit behind our very first doodle, and it would basically come to a point behind this branch of that first doodle. So I'm going to pretend my ink or my pen is on the paper and follow where my moon shape would be. And then as soon as I get outside of that branch, I'm going to go ahead and put my pen down and actually make the moon line. There it is. It's the moon line. Turn your paper, not your hand. Start at the top where that point is, aura the center to get that crescent shape, come to a point at the start and finish. Same with these two. Now these two are really off kilter from my pencil guides, so I'm gonna have to wing it a bit. I still use the guides a little bit to help me, you know, kind of be in the right place. This one is going to be the hardest because I made the line too fat and it's off kilter. not a lot of room to wiggle right here. I think that's fine. I don't mind that it's heavier than the other ones. Now the trickier part comes in, because this can either look super cool or really bad. And I seem to be about 50-50 with how I feel about my results. So what I'm basically drawing is a raindrop, but it's cut off because it goes behind the moon. Here's what that looks like. Here's the point of the raindrop. It comes down and out, because raindrops do, and where it meets the moon, it stops. I want to aura that, just like I did the spokes. So I'm coming to a point at the top and bottom, but I want some thickness throughout the raindrop. This is the part I find really hard to do, because I either end up with following my wider line too closely or not closely enough. So I don't like the amount of aura I get. So that's actually pretty good. That's what I'm trying for all the way around. Now, if I get that all the way around, I will be shocked and amazed. And I don't see it happening. So, don't get your hopes up, people. I mean, gosh, I can't even... can't even see where this one goes. All right, yep, I don't like that one. Let's try the next one. I'm going to start at the point. Big fat rainbow, or raindrop, I mean. There's no rainbows for me today. And the aura, do not like that one either. Now is the hour of my discontent. Honestly, it always seems to be the hour of my discontent. I just never seem to be quite happy, and I don't seem to quite know what I want. Okay, whatever. I'm doing the thing. I'm not happy with them. I want them all to look just like that one. And I'm not really sure. Other than like drawing one that I'm completely in love with and then cutting it out and tracing it all the way around a flower, which totally makes it not a doodle. I don't see how I would get happy with this particular doodle. Okay, there it is. That is Hikia -1 part. Now we just put we put a circle in here, and I'm not sure how I want my circles to sit. And what I mean by that is this. Let me show you on here. So I have my spoke. I have my raindrops keep falling on my head, just like the guy whose feet are too big for his bed. Nothing seems to fit. Okay, so there is my spoke and my raindrop. And here is another one, so I can show you. Maybe we'll work out what I want. I can either do a big circle sitting on the bottom like this, which is kind of cool, or I can do a little circle sitting in the corner like that. You could even live large and dangerous and put a floating circle hanging out over here. I think I know my answer. So I do know my answer, in fact. I'm going to do large circles. And, oh, I might cheat. Hold on. Too big rats. How about my eraser? I wonder if my eraser is about the right size. No, that's too small. That would have been fun. I was kind of going to use that as a stamp and get my ink out. Stamp my circle. It's too small though. That will not cut it. That will not do. Call the schoolmaster. Too big. Well, I'm just not going to have a tiny circle sitting around here that's going to work. That's a bummer. I probably have circle stencils though, don't I? But do I really want to go pull stencils out? I don't think I do. I think I'm just gonna do that. Yeesh. Living large, living dangerously. Each one of these is really different anyway, so I guess I kind of have to do this anyhow. No matter how scary it is to try to make circles freehand, each one of these little openings is a tiny bit different than every other one. So it needs a different pea in the pod. There we go. Whoopsie. Okay. So this is today's doodle. It's not very exciting to me, and I'm not particularly happy with my rendition here either. But I'm hoping that I figure out some detail work to put on it at some point, right? So that I can make it prettier or fancier. Right now, let's just get rid of the guidelines and see how we feel about how it looks once it's cleaned up a little bit, because that'll certainly help no matter what. The cleaning it up, no. The cleaning it up always helps. So I shouldn't really judge it too harshly until after this. Okay, we are all cleaned up. Let's take another look. I think, therefore I am. I think I'm going to go over all the lines one more time just to try to clean up the ink and like meet this one. Maybe I'll make it a fun little point out there. That might help. And then I think I'll do some shading around the circles. Well, not shading, I mean blacking in, like so. Yeah, let's do that all the way around super quick so we don't make the video too long. But this might I say, improve this. Quite a bit, hopefully. I hope that you are enjoying October so far. I hope that life is being kind to you. I hope that you are doodling along with me, if you so choose. Shoot, look what I did. My hand wandered. Okay. I think I recovered all right. Nope. I think that's going to end up okay. Okay. I don't know why, but I like adding the point on the tips of these because now it's making me think of elf ears. Elves might be a little offended because now I have a flower made out of elf ears, and that doesn't sound very nice when you say it that way. Isn't that part of what's the show? The HBO show about the Lord of the Rings. Rings of Power. Isn't that part of the Rings of Power? They steal elf ears? No, it's part of Witcher, isn't it? Witcher is where the elves were persecuted and people stole elf ears and wore them on a necklace. Is that right? Am I getting all of my fantasy stories confused? I might be. Oh my gosh, that is just, my hand is just wobbling all over the place with this one. La 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 la. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to go over this line right here just to get those joined up better, because that's looking pretty cool, really. Okay, so let's set this the correct way again. Oh, I do like that I added the point on there and brought the line, it just brought the lines together better, didn't it? So does this one need just a speck of a point right there? I think it does, because I just think it does. There we go. I don't know. I just decided, I guess. All right, there we go. Inktober, day number 4. And we are on our way to a giant page of doodles. All right. Please like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. I'm supposed to say that first because, you know, people don't really watch till the end all the time, and then nobody does the like, comment, and subscribe. But if you're here, please do. All right. Bye. See you next time.